Welcome to Show 86 for December 15th, 2009. I'm Dan Doherty, the host of this fantastic show here at edan.com and the CEO of tiptopwebsite.com, where you can create your own website online in 60 seconds. Use the promo code Dan and I'll give you a free domain. Let's jump right into the show. Google taking on Apple. How are they doing that? They're coming out with their own Google phone. Google already has the Android system out in the Droid and some other phones, but Google is creating their own phone, coming out in January. Say it's going to take over the world. Now, Google says this many times. Not necessarily true on all their products, but if you use Google, use Gmail and Gdocs and all that stuff, this may be the phone for you. And the cool thing about it, even if you don't use all that stuff, the cool thing about it, it's going to be open. It means you can use it on AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, whatever you want, you can use it on any network. That's what an open phone is. The exact opposite of these current carriers. iPhone, people love the phone but hate the network, AT&T, because the network is so congested from everyone using their iPhone. Okay, so the service is absolutely horrible from what I hear. All right, I mean, everyone I talk to says, oh, the phone's great, but the service is terrible. What if you could take that phone, switch it over to Verizon or T-Mobile anytime you wanted? That would be cool, and that's what you're going to be able to do with the Google phone. All right, so I'll put links in the show notes, and I'll definitely keep you up to date when that exactly does come out. But I've got some pictures in the show notes of some people that grabbed some pictures. Now, is this the real phone? I don't know. They say it is. It's from Engadget. I think that's from Engadget. And they're pretty right on about this stuff. They get some inside knowledge. So that's Google. Google's phone. Hey, here's some more about Google. Goog.gl. That's their new URL shortener they're working on. What's a URL shortener? So let's say you have a really long address. Like I'm looking at this Google phone address I was just talking about. This is from WashingtonPost.com/WP/DNP/content/article 2009. It goes on forever. You've seen those super long URLs, the addresses. Okay, so they have bit.ly, they have tinyurl. That was one of the first ones. tinyurl.com/ and they just what you do is you type in that super long address. You go to tinyurl.com. Type in the address, and they just give you a shortener. So it's tinyurl.com/17843. Just makes up a random number, okay? So you take the super long website address, and they shorten up for you. Bit.ly, that's the flavor of the month. Google wants to get in the game with Goog.gl. They want to be your shortener. Here's my thoughts on shorteners. Don't use them. You can use them if you're using them for your Twitter account. You want to post something cool in your Twitter account that's just simply too long. It takes up most of your 144 characters, so that's fine. But don't use them for a website address, because when you link your website address online to anywhere, it gets spidered by the search engines and helps you boost your ranking. So tinyurl, no one even heard about that anymore. No, scratch that. No one talks about that anymore. A few years ago, no one heard of it. Came out, that was the winner. Everyone used it. Now, no one talks about it anymore, right? It's like a thing of the past. So what's going to happen to that? Who knows? Is it going to keep going strong? I don't know. But if they go out of business, what happens to all those links you sent on, all those links you posted to your website using the tiny URL, right? What happens to bit.ly? Right? Bit.ly is currently the default. It's bit.ly/whatever they shorten it up to. Twitter may buy Bit.ly. Twitter may create their own. But what happens to all those links if Bit.ly goes down or it goes away? These businesses have no advertising, revenue. They have no, unless you go to their homepage, and no one goes to their homepage. So I don't know what their business model is, except for going to tinyurl.com or bit.ly.com and clicking on something. So folks, just use your website address. I mean, that's my suggestion for you. I've used a tinyurl and bit.ly.com in the past. If I had to send someone a super long link and I knew it just wouldn't work in their email address, it would just wrap around. But when I post things, everything's edan.com or tiptopwebsite.com. And tiptopwebsite.com is not as short as edan, but I still use it all the time. It gets spider in the search engines and improves my search engine ranking. Do the same, all right? Don't trust these third-party applications for life. That's why you get a domain with us. I'm giving you a free domain. By the way, nice little plug there. So you can use your domain when you post to everything, all right? So, hey, listen, that was a great show, right, folks? I had a ball. You had a ball. And I'm going to leave you something really cool today, all right? A really cool clip of a movie coming out, The Hangover. The Hangover came out, was last summer. And when I say last summer, 6 months ago, and it's out in DVD and Blu-ray today. This movie was hysterical. It's definitely, it's for adults to watch, only because of the language and the content, but it's hysterical. I think the movie's a A++, 2 thumbs up, and then some. This movie's fantastic. But I want to thank you so much for watching the show. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to leave you with a clip of The Hangover. It's out today, so check your local Blockbuster. I'm getting it on Netflix. It should be in the mail today. And before you go to Blockbuster, wherever you're getting it, call ahead, because I'm sure this movie is going to go fast. All right, so that's, check it. I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's funny, a great cast, and we'll see you tomorrow. Here's a great quick clip of The Hangover to get you your appetite whetted for the whole movie. All right, here you go.
4 friends. One bachelor party. What could possibly go wrong? What happened last night?
Am I missing a tooth? Who was that guy? You're so mean.
The Hangover.
Mike Tyson? This is my favorite part coming up right now.
You're saying he still got it.
I can feel it coming.